Alright everyone, Namaste Ji. Welcome to another beautiful vlog from our beloved Lahaul. Today we are in the very beautiful Khangsar Village, just maybe about 20 minutes from Jispa. Jispa is a very famous village, and so today here we are here actually for a festival that takes place twice a year. It's called Chhodpa, and it's the end of harvest actually. So we actually never knew about this, but this festival has been revived like just a couple of years back actually. So our friend Arjun from Soul Trails, a lot of you might know him. So he's related to the family that owns this entire palace. So we are here absolutely clueless what's going to happen. They told us there's going to be a bit of like an archery competition, there's going to be some mass dancing, and there's going to be a bunch of things. So we are really excited.
And what a setting to be in.
So it's still kind of early, and everyone is still prepping for the festivities that are about to unfold later today. We are actually in one of the many hidden rooms of this palace, and it's actually the chamber of the family's deity, which is in there. And sadly women can't go in there, but Ronnie got to go in there and get a peek into some really old treasures. So right now everyone is preparing all the masks and the costumes that will be required for the chum that's going to happen in the afternoon. And what's so cool is that we've seen many chums happen before, but we've never seen masks and outfits that look like this. Like, it's completely different. And what also makes the chum different out here is that it's performed by the villagers and not by monks. So this should be quite a unique experience for us.
Okay guys, so right now we are in this room called the Chokyang, which is the temple area in the entire palace, and this is one of those rooms which is still kept intact and well maintained, because obviously it's the place of gods. And you've got some amazing beautiful statues out here, really old, an entire set of kangyur I think are right over there, and some really old school swords and shields. And yeah, just generally, you know, before the festivities start, you come and pay your respect to all the gods out here and take 3 rounds of the entire room, and that's what we've been doing right now.
So before we get into the festivities, let's give a shout out to the sponsors of today's video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators by creators. So I've been making these videos for almost a decade now, and more often than not I've worked with like really tiny crews, and many times just by myself, you know, solo. And with the crazy tech that is available to us these days, you know, filming solo has become quite the norm. So one such class on Skillshare where this has been articulated really well is titled How to Film Solo Without FOMO. Filmmaking Tricks for the One-Person Crew by a filmmaker called Dan Liu. It's a short 13-minute class spread over 10 lessons that really break down the process of filming on your own, and also helps you think about how you can tinker with your own process to make it better. Another class that explains how to make your videos look and feel more cinematic is titled DIY Cinematography. Make your videos look like a movie by a filmmaker called Ryan Booth. Not only does he, you know, discuss the technical aspects of cinematography, but he also gets into his own philosophy as a director of photography, which is really interesting for us creators as it, you know, reveals different perspectives into the same subject. So these classes are curated specifically for learning, which means that there are no ads in the middle. And more importantly, these classes are to the point. So your learning experience is very holistic as opposed to, you know, just getting a few pieces of the puzzle. When you join Skillshare, you get unlimited access to their entire library of classes for just rupees 2,000 annually, which is about 166 rupees a month. Let's be honest, it's cheaper than a cup of coffee these days. So the first 1,000 subscribers who join Skillshare using the link in the description will get a free 1-month trial. Trust us, this is totally worth your time and money. Let's get back to Lahaul now.
So right now we've gathered outside the palace for the archery competition, and basically there are teams like from all the surrounding villages, and it's not really like a pro competition, more like just fun and games, and people of all ages have come, and it's quite fun. Like what a setting, right? Like, I mean, just look around us. So now everyone has gathered in the main assembly hall because the chum is about to begin, and you can clearly see the anticipation in everyone's faces because this is clearly the main act of the day.
For decades, the Khangsar Khar, or the palace, lay forgotten, with its 108 rooms gathering dust and the ancient walls crumbling and its rich history slowly fading away with time. But about 5 years ago, the people of Khangsar and the neighboring villages came together to revive this festival so that their ancient traditions and their stories live on for the future generations. The various dances performed in the main assembly hall of the palace are based on ancient Buddhist and Hindu folklore. The first dance depicts the origin story of man. It tells us about a time when the world was covered in water and ice, when a demoness seduced a monkey that led to the creation of all of mankind. Then comes the dance of the mythical snow lion. It is believed that when the palace was built over 200 years ago, the king at that time would often go hunting on the mountain across the river from the palace. On one such trip, the king and his men encountered the mythical snow lion. They watched the magical creature dance in all its glory and followed it till it disappeared deep into the glaciers of the mountain. The people of the area had started celebrating this harvest festival only a few years before, so the king decided to include his mystical moment with the snow lion into the festivities. And since then, this unique dance is performed every year during the summer harvest festival. In the final dance, we see Chhodpa, or the 5 goddesses, from whom it is believed that the festival gets its name. Along with these Devis is an old man and a funny shepherd-looking character who are there for the sole entertainment of the people.
So the man dancing behind me is playing a gaddi, and he's supposed to be like a naughty character. So people have to sneak up behind him and hit him on his calves and not get caught.
Now, Barty and I have been lucky enough to experience many mountain festivals, but there was something about this particular festival that was so unique that it really stood out in our minds. I'm not sure if it was the grand setting of the palace, or the erratic beats of the drums, or the hypnotic fumes of the burning juniper that engulfed the entire space, or the haunting beauty of the masks, or maybe it was the coming together of every different element that opened a portal into the glorious past of the Khangsar Palace. The motivation behind reviving this festival is not to attract tourists, as one would assume, but it is to hold on to something that forms an integral part of the identity of the people of this valley.